friends, and welcome to another episode of Lispy and my reviews. Today I'm going to review another book that was recommended to me by my lib bestie Karina, aka Q the Librarian. This book was on my holds list from the Austin Public Library for about a week before I got it, so that was exciting. And it was a super cool book. It was very action-packed, it was quick-paced, and it's a really awesome story of friendship. I loved it. At first, I kept thinking it was about like a Laverne and Shirley remake, and then I went back and thought, and I was like, wait, no, Laverne and Shirley is someone else. Who I really mean is Thelma and Louise, because obviously I was getting my pop culture mixed up. Anyway, so this book is about two friends, Winona and Lucille, and they come from completely different worlds. Winona has a very rich, very powerful father. I don't know how he's so powerful because he's just a weatherman, and he is abusive. So that's a trigger warning. He's very abusive mentally and emotionally. Sorry, mentally and emotionally are the same. Mentally and physically towards Winona. And Lucille comes from a very poor family where her mom works 2 or 3 jobs. Her brother is a drug dealer, and the first time we meet Lucille in the book, their power goes out in their house. So if any of that are triggers to you, there you go. And the girls meet up because at one night they have so much trouble and so many problems that they both show up at the police station in the rain, and somehow that they become friends. And as the story goes on, we find out more and more about their backgrounds. You end up hating both of their parents, even though they might maybe mean well, but I don't think they do. They're terrible parents. And they run away. The mission is that they are going to go to Vegas to find Winona's mom, because she is on a mission and she's like, my mom is alive. I know she's alive because her entire life, her dad has been telling her that her mom is dead. But she finds a postcard that her mom wrote recently. And so she has reason to believe that her mom is alive. And so they are on their way. They're going to go. And so it starts with with Winona stealing her grandfather's car. And it's like a super crazy sports car that is super noticeable. I don't know how they get away with using it for this long, because anyone's going to notice that car. And she goes and picks up Lucille, and Lucille has like a minute to think about, like, is she going to do this? Is she going to go? And of course she does. And it was really funny when it happens, because I was reading it and I called my best friend and I was like, hey, FYI, if you got yourself into this kind of trouble and this happened, I'm not your ride or die. Like, I'm not down to run away from my life and do the things they do. Like, they are real ride or dies. And so it's basically their adventure. And like, was just literally one thing after another. Like, something bad happens and then something good happens and then something bad happens and then something good happens. It is an emotional roller coaster, but it was so, so good. And in the end, you get to the end and you're like, seriously? That's how this ends. But it was so, so good. It's such a good adventure story. And it's really cool to see the way that they work together and the way they kind of get people to believe who they are and what they're doing, because it really makes you think, like, how we respond to girls, and especially pretty teenage girls. Like, you see them and you're like, oh yeah, they're not in trouble. They're not doing anything wrong. But these girls rob convenience stores with lots and lots of money worth of snacks. They hurt people. They steal from people. They con people. They start a really weird con at one point. But it's one of those where you think, like, oh my God, do I ever really actually pay attention to what people are doing and like how I'm responding to them and what's going on? Because I definitely don't pay enough attention. And now I might start paying more attention when I'm out in public, just thinking about how things are going and watching people more. Because it's really, really interesting how these things kind of happen and you don't pay attention. It is a really cool story. I really enjoyed it. And what was even better was that it is written by 2 best friends, Brittany Cavalllaro and Emily Henry. And it was super fun to read this book. I really recommend it. It was a great read. And the cover is just gorgeous. Yes, I'm showing you on my phone because I read the ebook. But that is Hello Girls by Brittany Cavalllaro and Emily Henry. It was fabulous. And I recommend it 5 stars. Bye.